Hello, and welcome back, finally, to Let Supreme Ghost Thief Gold. It's been a few months since my last video. I have been very busy lately. We are expecting our third child shortly, so things are going to get even busier for me. So I don't think that a frequency of one video every 3 to 4 months is going to be likely. More often than not, I don't think I'm going to have time for. I also think that the last mission I recorded sort of took it out of me a little bit mentally. I got some mental thief fatigue there, possibly. Haven't really felt like playing that much Thief, but I wanted to get back to Thief Gold eventually, so that's what I'm going to try to finish today. The next mission, that is. So I have made a decision, and that is to put Death's Cold Embrace on hold for now and focus on finishing Thief Gold. That has been my priority for quite a while. Not that Death's Cold Embrace isn't a good campaign, but I think for the viewers also, Thief Gold is more sought after. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to interrupt Thief Gold with anything else until I'm done with that game. So today we're playing the Lost City. So we're going to load up the game from the end of the Mage Towers and then watch the briefing to start with.
The Keepers have hidden the Talisman of Fire in a place they call the Lost City. Some kind of cataclysm buried the place underground ages ago. The Keepers have sealed the access to the city, a cleft in the river bottom near the east side. If the materials in the library are right, the strange stone I found can be used to open that seal. I've also got a map. It's so old the edges crumble in my hands. It shows the city, or at least how it was back then. I hope the old place hasn't changed much.
Alright, cool. So this is then mission 9 of the Thief Gold campaign. Difficulty expert, of course, and we have to do 5 things here. The sealed entrance to the Lost City is supposed to be at the bottom of the river around here somewhere. Getting past that is the first step. The Lost City must have a lot of lost treasure in it. Pick up some. An expedition the Keepers sent once to map the Lost City never returned. They'll owe you a favor if you can recover the medallions from the remains. The Talisman of Fire was hidden in the Lost City long ago. Time for it to go. Finding the talisman is well and good, but you'll have to get back out for it to be worth it. Okay. Now, this mission cannot be Supreme Ghosted, unfortunately. There is one specific area in the beginning of the mission, or close to the beginning, where you have to resort to an engine exploit, which is allowed for regular Ghost as a last resort, but it's not allowed for Supreme. Now, it can be perfect thieved, but I'm not going to show you that because I prioritize Supreme, so I'm going to end up skipping a bit of loot here. In fact, I think I'm going to skip a total of 430 loot, if I remember correctly. Now, in New Dark, it is possible to Ghost, but not Perfect Thief. In Old Dark, you can Perfect Thief it. I've done that before myself. I'll explain when I get to the area in question. At least I have not been able to Perfect Thief this in New Dark. We're not going to buy anything, obviously. We are carrying water arrows, broadheads, the key that was spoken about, and lockpicks, and a rope arrow. We also have our sword and our blackjack, even though it isn't shown here. Now, we have a papyrus here that we're not going to buy, but it says an acquaintance will sell you a commission he has to pick up some antiquities, which you may be able to find around the Lost City. So if we buy that, our loot total for this mission actually goes up by 360. From, I think it is 2845 to 3205. So 2845 is going to be our loot goal, or total amount for the mission. We're not going to get that much, but that is the possible available. I think it's 3 masks that become loot in the mission that you can still find even if you don't buy this, but you can't. That doesn't count for anything. So the loot total goes down. But that's okay. It doesn't mean that we're skipping that loot, it just means that we're skipping buying the papyrus at the loadout. So I'm not going to buy that just to read it, but now you know. Okay. So we start in the streets, and there's nothing to worry about up here. There's one area we're going to have to access first. So this is the river that was spoken about. I'm just going to take a look at the audio here. Let's see. Turn it down a little bit, I think. So over here is a couple of pieces of loot and a crate that we need. It's a little bit difficult to get over here. We only have 1 rope arrow. You can find more in the mission, but I don't want to take more than 1 because I don't really need more than 1. Good. So you can grab the rope and land on these crates. That crack doesn't mean that they're broken. Here you have a gold goblet and a gold plate, total 75. So we're going to bring one of these crates with us here. I think that's good, right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss that over and into the river if I can manage to. Yeah, that should be good. We're going to need that for our engine exploit that I talked about. Now the next job for us is to get back over here without taking damage. We don't have any crates we can land on. We also need to grab the rope. I tossed that, okay. It's about getting high enough to get over that ledge, but then not so high that you take damage. The point is that we should land a little bit on the roof as we go back down. It's a little bit tricky, this one. See, I'm gonna see if I can shoot a little bit closer. There we go. I think I hit the roof just on my way down there. Sounded like I took 2 rope arrows, didn't it? But I only have 1. Okay. Good. Here's our crate, so we're going to have to bring that. We need to go this way, and we need to open the secret door here. There, and then grab our crate. You'll see the use of the crate pretty early on. There are a couple of spiders here that is troublesome. That's going to actually lead us to a few. We're going to get a couple of Supreme Busts. 2 Supreme Busts here, I believe. This mission is a little bit easier to play in Old Ark for Supreme. I don't really know why. So this dive here we can do pretty easily if you use that little pocket of air up there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mantle up on the left-hand side here. There are a couple of spiders on the right. They can't see us. So we're going to have to do this without a first alert. But if you go towards the right first and then mantle up as such, you can see the 3 spiders there. Be careful when we get up to the top because we're red. Now there's another spider down here. This spider is actually located in the middle of a sort of a little crevice in the rocks. And every time it turns, it actually slides down slightly. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can possibly see that. It stops in not too long, but it ends up farther down than where it starts originally when you start the mission. And since it slides down, that actually means that we can pass it without taking a first alert, at least leaving this cave. We're still going to end up taking a first alert from it. But not now. Now it has stopped sliding, but it's slid down a couple of feet, probably. So this is a difficult place to get out of without a first alert, because even if I'm creep crouch walking, since I'm going downhill, that speed enhancement actually makes him catch me unless I'm careful, so I gotta tap it. Go back up here a little bit. Good. Oh, and there I got it. I was dark there for a fraction of a second. That's when I thought I was safe. Then I lit up again for some reason. There. Okay. So we got past them now without a first alert. Now, in Old Dark, I was able to jump from here and down to the bottommost plateau there, where you can see a couple of other spiders, and land in a mantle without taking a first alert from this dude. I did it multiple times. Twice. 2 or 3 times, but at least twice. And that I have not been able to do in New Dark. I have tried it in Old Dark recently as well, and I was not able to replicate it, but I didn't try it very much. I'm going to try a few times here just to show you the method, but I'm not going to keep trying for a long time here. Oh! That is the method. I want to at least land in the mantle so you can see what I mean. There. That's what I was able to do without any first alerts. So I don't know if it is just the slight differences between Old Dark and New Dark, or that I was a better player back then. I'm not sure. Or it could be some kind of a glitch that made me able to do it, but I did it multiple times, so... Okay. I remember in my reports, I said that I jumped from the eastmost place, which is here. So there, I was caught right away. Yeah. So that's what I did anyway. I'm not going to try anymore because I've already tried a lot and I've never been able to in New Dark, so I'm just going to scoot across here. And take the first alert. So I'm going to accept that. And here we are. I'm going to make a real save here. And now we have to actually, to get past these spiders, which we obviously can't do in a conventional fashion, we have to push the 2 small spiders down to the big spider using a crate. That's a pretty easy but tedious process, so feel free to skip this one. But that's the only way we can get by here without any more severe alert than just an engine exploit. So what you have to do is, as soon as this guy turns, I mean literally the instant he turns, drop a crate, and then you see it'll drop down a little bit. That means that the spider slid forward a little bit. If you wait, like I did there, the crate falls all the way to the ground, which means that it makes noise, which it didn't do in Old Ark, by the way. So this is harder in New Dark than in Old Ark. But if you know that method that I just explained, it is pretty straightforward. What I remember from Old Ark 2 is that occasionally the spiders would get flung across the cave, which could make it a lot easier, but it was difficult to control or have happen in a predictable fashion. So yeah, this will take a little bit. It's a little bit easier once you get him off the flat ground here. I think he slides a little bit further then. So yeah, I'm gonna hold off on Death's Cold Embrace. I have played the next mission, which was mission 6, was it? 5 or 6? I haven't ghosted it yet. And it is a good campaign, but I'm just missing the Thief Gold missions more than my desire to finish that campaign is right now. This mission isn't particularly difficult to ghost, but there are just a few very tricky situations. Like overall, there's not a lot of patrollers that are difficult to hide from, and there's quite a lot of dark spots, but the fire elementals can be a little bit tricky. There's an area with the mages that is a little tough, and then there are simply a couple of pieces of loot that we just have to skip. There's no way around it. And then you have the spiders here. So a couple of tough spots, but overall, the mission isn't easy, but medium. I like the mission, I enjoy the mission, but it's definitely not among my favorites in the game overall. It's like average. Nowhere near some of the ones we have played, and the next mission, Song of the Caverns, is fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to that one. So now we're soon going to end up having the two spiders sort of merging into each other. That can be a little bit tougher because they might not necessarily turn around at the same time. Oh. hopefully you guys enjoyed my last video. That was a beast of a mission. And like I said, I didn't play Thief for a good month or two after that. Or a month. Which is pretty rare for me. It's a little bit easier to motivate myself for these missions because I've ghosted them before. I know them pretty well. And they're probably these videos probably get more views. Just generally more interest for these, of course. I don't know if this mission is like a fan favorite or anything like that, but I don't know, it gets some love. In the forums, I hear people talking positively about it. It's different from any other mission in the game, which is great. Generally, the variety of this game, for me, over Thief 2, makes it a much better game. Both mission design-wise, but also style and atmosphere and type of missions that are present here. There's just an element of mystique that you don't find in Thief 2, in my humble opinion. Thief 2 has its classic missions too, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they measure up to some of the ones in this game. I mean, Life of the Party is as good as any mission you'll ever get, but there's not too many others in Thief 2 that are close to the best ones here in this game. But one day, my goal is to do Thief 2 as well. You know, but real life takes priority. So now they're synchronized, even in the turning. That's kind of strange. Now they are not. Slid a little bit too much there. I saw part of a little bit of a strange playthrough of Thief Gold the other day. It's a playthrough by a user by the name of the ASMR Nerd. He plays Thief Gold, ASMR style. If you don't know what that is, it's easy to figure out. And he plays through Thief Gold with the HD mod. It's not blind, he's played it before, but it's so long ago that it's almost like his first playthrough. So it's kind of interesting. I think the style that he uses there fits the game quite well. You know, adds to the atmosphere. So, I don't know, it's worth checking out. I thought it was pretty entertaining. And he's pretty interesting to listen to as well. I think he's up to the sword right now, I'm not sure. Oh man, I don't use the I use the hold crouch. I don't use the toggle crouch, or I can't remember which is which. I hold down the button, and then when I let go, Garrett stands up again. I don't use the one where you push the button and he is down until you push the button again. So when I have to hold crouch down so long, my finger gets really tired. Just safe to make another hard save there. Just in case I mess up. That was a good one. Let me know what you guys think about Necroage. I'm not sold on the new spider skins, by the way. They look cool, but I don't know if they look a little bit too different from the original ones. I don't know if I like that skinny abdomen more than I do the original. In my opinion, they look less like actual spiders now, but they look creepier. So they look more like some otherworldly creature. Which I guess they... Well, they're supposed to be regular spiders, so... This is the only time in the mission that we have to do anything this tedious. Trust me, I even think this is tedious. But it is worth it. Because this would be a ghost bust, even. Running past here. And you guys know me, I'm all about minimizing those busts. Not too much more now. me it's a little bit strange that New Dark didn't fix the whole spiders actually seeing with their butt kind of thing. Because spiders have never seen the actual direction that they seem to be facing. To me, that doesn't seem like that big of a fix, really, to be able to do. I don't know, I shouldn't talk. I would never be able to, but... It's not too much more now, just a couple more. Oh, that was a good one. One more on this guy, and I think we got it. No. Right now. It's the closest spider there. Let's try now. Think we're good. We need to bring this crate with us further. But I think that's good enough for a real save. We can be on our way. Oh, bad, bad, bad. Alright, you can go the opposite way too, but you get to a couple patrolling spiders. Almost impossible to pass those guys. Be an audio cue from Garrett here, I think.
How can the keepers keep this place a secret?
Oh, gotta be careful here. Okay, so this is our first building. Let's take a look at the map and talk a little bit about this city. So, the Lost City is actually, I believe, the capital of an old culture that is known as the Precursors. And their name for this city was Karath-Din. And Karath-Din, in Thief 2, if you remember the mission Kidnap, the Mechanists revisit this city and they actually call it the KD site. KD for Karath-Din. And this city is sort of representative of the peak of their civilization, if you will. And they had quite a bit of advancements in terms of cultivation of crops, technologies that we'll see that is a little bit, borderline, I don't know, it almost seems a little bit alien-inspired and mystical. spiritistic almost in some ways. But you know, when I'm talking about motion sensors and stuff like that, you'll see that in the library where we are right now. But at some point there was a big catastrophe that sort of killed all the inhabitants in the city and left some parts of the city unreachable, covered. Even some parts of the map that we see here we can't reach. So the area in blue that we arrived to first is the library. Okay, so we're going to head south from the library and enter the residential district, which is right to the south. To the east is an area that we cannot get to. I think this is referred to as the Great Temple Palace. I believe so. I don't know what all of these symbols are referring to. I'm obviously a bridge here of some sort. But this is the main hub. This is the market. From the marketplace, you can access most of the other locations. And in the south here is a big theater, which we're going to get to. And from that, you can access a tomb, the Emperor's Tomb, some kind of burial ground. Over on the west side, there's another area that you can't get to, another temple, I believe. And then the tower with the fire talisman is right here. And then in the southwest, you have the Colosseum, or an arena. And that's where we need the crate. So overall, this is the entire map we have, but it shows you sort of where you are at any given time. But it's cryptic and doesn't help you very much. So when I played this mission years ago, I actually made my own maps of the area. So we're going to drop down here. The library has some barracks, so we're going to have to stay away from them. There's 2 goblets in here. Move out of the way of this guy. Drop down here. There's nothing else on this floor. We'll follow him. Read a book here. There are some keeper journals around, so we'll try to get all those. Despite hardships, I have welcomed this opportunity to study the city of the precursors. Their society was remarkable, stratified like the bedrock, and seemingly as stable. Above all was the Emperor, a divine figure, answerable to none but their gods. Emperors were seldom seen by the common people, and this distance gave rise to a powerful and politically charged bureaucracy. The last emperor but one, Vat Tarak, seems to have been different, an unprecedented man of the people. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go down and show you guys something. I just didn't know where it was. Here. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a Burrick to come here. He'll turn around. I'm not gonna save it. I'm gonna blackjack him actually. Good, okay. He heard that. And just let him settle down, and then I will show you what's what. There is an area here that we have to skip, both for Supreme and for regular Ghost in New Dark. But in Old Ark you can get 3 pieces of loot at the end here. Let's see. Here is a barrack. This room here has one of the motion sensory lights, which is filled all over the mission. Through this crack in the wall, there are 2 more barracks. In Old Ark, you could follow the patrolling barrack that I just knocked out down here by rushing through this room. And you would, I would say about half of the time, you would be able to get through with only a first alert. So for Ghost, that was fine. You could do the same thing back. You cannot do that in New Dark. At least I have never been able to. So this you have to skip, and we have to skip it anyway for Supreme because you have to take a first alert regardless. So let me show you. There. Those guys out there always catch me. So in here you have a diamond, you have a necklace, and you have a gold goblet, or just a regular goblet. And there's a scroll that I want to read. Benir has been informed that you ordered the sacrosanct parchments moved to the archives beneath the great temple palace, lest they be destroyed by the angry and fiery breath of the earth. On the morrow's eve we shall move ourselves there as well. Do not tarry. So here it seems like there is some fear, maybe some warnings from tremors in the earth or whatnot, that leads up to the catastrophe, and people are evacuating their valuables, but also themselves then, to the great temple palace. And that's what I believe is over here. So we have to skip those. That was a necklace worth 175, a diamond worth 50, and a goblet worth 15. We're instead going to move out here. Grab a diamond here, worth 50, total 155. Okay. Here you see the symbol. That is the same as the symbol here. So that's coinciding with the map along the way here. I think he saw me there. Wait for him to leave. We're now headed into the residential area or district, which is also patrolled by barracks. Though there are a couple of barracks that can catch and see some fire elementals. And that doesn't lead to very good outcomes usually. A fire arrow up here that we're not going to take. But there is a gold goblet in here, total 180. Try to be a little bit fast here. Here there is a gold plate, 230 total. You can hear the other barrack here. I think this is one of the barracks that can catch one of the fire elementals. Usually ends up with barracks dying, and if they're not dead, then they end up on very high alert, which is not good for us. Show you guys something right now. There we go. Jump over here. Find 3 fire arrows. And if you continue down here, you can find another 3 fire arrows down here. And you can even continue this way and get to an area far southeast in the residential district. There's nothing in here except for a couple of patrolling fire elementals here. Other than that, there's nothing to pick up here. That direction is where you have the other barrack that you heard. So maybe we will have him attack or be attacked. Yeah, here he is. Then I'm going to have to wait for him. There's one piece of loot here that can be a little bit tricky to get. Because there's a stationary barrack that can see us when we drop down through a hole in the ceiling. Right around the corner here. There, we got it. Here it is, it's a tiara. Let's get back out from here. I think we actually can just sneak out the door. This is the stationary barrack I talked about. There's another one around the corner. Oh, okay. I have to go when he comes back then. But that's the barrack that sometimes sees the elementals. Normally, actually, the barracks here gets killed. He can't see me here. His point of vision, I think, is further back than his head, so... hide in here. So we should have 330 because that I don't like that. Oh, I think they actually see the... Ooh, this isn't good. I have to jump over here, but I want to time that patroller. I don't want to risk getting caught by that guy either. All we really need to do is drop in here. There we go. Good. Let's see here. So now we have to... Okay, I hope the other fire elemental is here too. There are 2 patrollers that patrol this whole market area. There's another one across the wall to the right there. Okay, there's the other one. He's pretty far away. I have to jump over and mantle up there. That's the best way I found anyway. Yeah, he didn't see me. You can hear the elementals' noise. It's almost like a huffing when they are alerting, first alerting to me. There's a fire arrow, obviously. And here is a necklace. Worth 150 total, 480. There is the other elemental. I am going to... Now, you heard? His sound changes when he sees me. And here is a quiver of broadheads, 10 of them. And here is what I assume to be a quiver of moss arrows, and another single moss arrow next to it, so 11 moss arrows in total. I have to go across there. He hasn't seen me here. Now he has. I want to jump up there and mantle up directly. This is a little bit of a tricky place. Yeah, he saw me. Saw me or heard me. Actually, I'm gonna make a hard save in here. That way I can make... Nope. He did not see me. Or hear me. Grab the crate again, and then we're going to head this way. And let's see. Yeah. Gonna grab this papyrus and we're actually gonna bring that along with us. Dear Mailu, the city is too grand for this unworthy country lass. I visited the Emperor's Colosseum, such a spectacle. The Colosseum is bigger than our village. The cheer is deafening when they extend the bridge from below the royal balcony. Great doors open and the combatants enter the battlefield. A raised island in the middle of the arena. Hundreds of magical fires float on the surface of the water. I saw there a gladiator who wrestled with a pair of lions, and the Emperor's son himself tossed him a bag of gold. I will tell you more later, but Chera calls. Neza. Okay, we're gonna head here. We're now heading south. Read another keeper journal. We must soon find a supply of water here in the city. The heat from the magma is dehydrating us too quickly. Our water crystals have been saved for emergencies, but we may soon be forced to rely on them. Hopefully the tower is not much farther. Hopefully we have not much farther to go to the tower. Alright. So this is the theater. We're not going to head there just yet. I'm going to drop my crate right here. We're going to head to the Emperor's tomb. Next. Here and here. So this area is actually an area that I have been able to improve on my Supreme run from my initial playthrough. Okay, so here is a wandering mage. I think it's a fire mage. And in the middle area here in this old abandoned campsite, a keeper campsite, there is a journal we're going to read. There is a medallion that we need, one of our objectives. There's a purse worth 70. There's a rope arrow and a fire arrow as well, and a scroll we're going to read. And then further behind this pillar to the right, there is a silver nugget and a gas arrow.
What have we here?
Take the purse and the medallion first. Read this. We've been careful to avoid the roaming elementals throughout our sojourn, but today we've taken a serious blow. From out of nowhere, a number of them assaulted the troop. We fended them off with our remaining supply of water crystals, but the price was heavy. Hodge was severely burned and may not live through the night. Both Yanis and Abner are dead. Hodge died this morning. I tried desperately to care for him, but to no avail. He was delirious and gibbering, and he cried out in pain, clawing the abysmal ground beneath him. I tried to calm him, but when he grabbed my hair and pulled my ear close to his lips, he said but one thing before expiring: burning water. Read the scroll. Let the tomb be dug deep into the earth, and filled with all manner of things which are pleasing to serve him in his nether days. Splendor should follow our beloved monarch, to mark his glory, and woe to those who would disturb his sleep. They shall be imperiled from below, from above, and from that which is directly before their eyes. Oh, okay.
What have we here?
Blows, fire burns, earth shakes, water flows. The winds are not.
So he hears that. I just want to
What
make sure
have
that
we
I
here?
read everything in my run.
What vision does?
That we don't do the whole read
What
and
have we
reload
here?
technique.
What vision does?
Let me instead then do that on the way back. We're gonna go over here and get that piece of loot.
I shall build shelters. What vision did? Something.
There we go. So that silver nugget was worth 50, total 600.
Burns, earth shakes, water flows. Look,
Does the light
Oh, those guys see me.
I shall walk the path until I return to the eternal fire.
I shall walk the path until my return to the eternal fire.
Two more mages over here. There's a fire arrow here.
Presents itself.
Yeah, there is a mage down here, and he doesn't start
Walk the path
until you get
to the eternal fire.
close to him.
Look, there my. I shall build shelters from the winds, feel the countless waters, see the vast earth, and burn in eternal fires.
But then when he starts, he's on his way up the stairs, and you can't... Okay. I don't know if those mages actually heard me there. I couldn't detect any alerts, so
Shakes, water flows.
do this a little bit quieter. There. So now we get to an area that Garrett cannot just go downstairs without... Because you can't crouch and walk downstairs very easily. Just the mechanics that's a little bit frustrating. Okay, so here, in order to use just one rope, we have to shoot it in the furthest one. But then we can grab it again and go down here. Yeah. Nothing on this floor. There's a burial chamber in here. We have to head down the stairs. And then we get to a room where I originally busted Supreme way back in the day, so I had to skip this entire section for Supreme. But there is a way to actually avoid this trap. There is a falling trap from the ceiling, or it swings down and hurts you, kills you. But if you just jump over the floor in the doorway, then you don't trigger it. It's this one up here. Under this dead mage, there are a total of 3 rope arrows. 2 under the mage and 1 single one over here.
I shall build shelters from the winds, feel the countless waters, see the vast earth burn in eternal fires.
Alright, so now we come to a little tricky area here. There's 1 patrolling mage. There's 1 more patroller in there, but he is not even a slight problem. There are 2 other stationary mages in this alcove in the corner there.
I shall walk.
There are also 2 pieces of loot in with the 2 mages. Those are not possible to get for Supreme. They are a rug worth 150 and then 2 artifacts worth 20 each. So a total of 190 more. In addition to the 240 that we've already skipped. So that's the 430 that we have to skip in total. 6 pieces of loot. There's another piece of loot though. In that alcove you can see the statue barely. That we want to get. Supreme, and that can be a little bit tricky. I have found that the best method is to cross the fence here, drop down onto the fire. And you need to be able to do that without taking damage. And the damage taken there is a little bit random.
Wind blows, fire burns. There, my friend.
And you can't go too fast. Because then that guy will see you.
I shall walk the path to my return. There, my friend.
You have to go super slow.
I shall build shelters from the wind. Wind blows, fire burns, water flows.
Oh, now I saved it. After I lost... No. Oh my goodness. I didn't save it until way back here. Okay, well I'm gonna do a little skip here in the video then. And get back to where I was, because this was I didn't real save it. So you'll see a skip right now. Alright, so I'm back here. Just replayed that last piece. Let's see if we can do this. So that fire, there's nothing I can do about that. I just have to be lucky. That was almost.
I I shall walk the path from the wind. I shall walk the path till my return. There. I shall walk the path till my return. All is not.
Fire burns.
I'm going as fast as I can too, without
I shall walk
without getting spotted by that mage over there.
shelters from the winds. Feel the
I shall build shelters from fire burns. Seal the burnt. I shall build shelters from the winds. Feel the countless waters. See the
There we go.
earth and burn eternal fires.
There. Good. You can get the statue here, which is worth 100. So that was to get that. There are also 2 fire arrows and these braziers here. And then you can see the 2 mages on the other side. They're guarding, like I said, 3 pieces of loot that you cannot get for Supreme. But here comes my ghost challenge for you guys, which is an interesting one. It is possible, or it would have been possible, to get those 3 pieces of loot if it hadn't been for this patroller right here. So what I want you guys to do is to knock this guy out and then move from here over to that little chamber, get the pieces of loot, get back and out to safety up the stairs there without any first alerts from those 2 guys. If you can do that, you've passed this challenge. So from here, after having blacked out him, over there, get the loot, and then get back to safety without any first alerts.
Build shelters from the
That is possible.
feel the countless waters. See
We have to now get back out of here.
and burn eternal fires. What vision
And the first job is getting back down here. It's that speed enhancement that does it.
What vision
You can see that my light gem goes slightly red.
build shelters from fire burn. Seal the countless waters.
there, my
There's so little in this.
from the winds. Feel the countless waters.
Turns.
See the vast earth burn eternal fire.
I actually think that we have to wait here now. Because now he can't see me.
Build shelters from the winds. Feel the countless waters. See the vast earth
Vast earth and burn. Look,
there.
And then the other mage saw me. Oh,
Does the light
the other mage in there saw me. Yeah, so that's the method. You wait over here until that mage comes out.
I shall build shelters from the winds, feel the countless waters, see the vast earth, and burn in eternal fires.
I shall walk
There.
till my return to the
Get back out of here. You can just jump. Well, you can, I assure you.
I shall walk the path. I shall build shelters from
There. Yes. All right. Let's see. Now to get back. We have to shoot one in the farthest again.
I shall walk the path till my return.
Yeah.
Wind blows, fire burns, water flows, earth shakes.
I shall walk the path until my return to the eternal fire.
I shall build shelters from the winds. Shelters from the countless waters.
I remember that one. You can't walk across that one.
Until my return.
Ooh. So now we're going to walk straight into the theater. And loot that place. And we need to get 2 scrolls from there. We need to make a little stack later on with the crate that we have brought and the papyrus and 2 scrolls. We're not going to head down here. This is the theater right here. Let me just check real quick. So now we're in the south. Yes. So we're actually first going to head over here. There's nobody upstairs. There's a scroll here. To honor the life memory of our departed father and king, Vatarak, son of the sky, the Colosseum he built for his people will be closed for a year and a day. Let the gates be locked and none make merry while the sky and earth themselves do shake and cry for their departed brother. This I decree, Vataran, son of the sky. This is interesting because Son of the Sky is in the title for the Emperor. Maybe only used by himself, I'm not sure. So that shows that he is regarded as just being below the gods. Vataran was then the current emperor when the city was destroyed. And he is the son of Vatarak, who was well renowned for one of the best emperors they'd had. Vataran is not. He was one that was not considered favorably by the population. And you can see here that he has closed the Colosseum for a year. in mourning of his father's passing then. So we have to bring this back later on. So we're going to go back and let me see. So I need to, yeah, I need to go. So here you can see 2 masks on the stage to the right. Those are the 2 that would be worth loot. If it wasn't for the fact that we couldn't have bought that, couldn't buy that papyrus to begin with. Let's hide in here. There are 2 fire arrows in here. There are 2 patrolling fire elementals. See 1 there, and we need to take a... He actually saw me. It's pretty impressive. There's a scroll, the second scroll we need in... this room. A speech given by Master Rutan to the Guild of Enlightenment. The priests tell the ignorant that the earth is crying for her departed brother Vatarak. We know that these tremors signify something more ominous. Tarak would have listened to us and evacuated the city, but his son is less enlightened. The guild must protect what we can by whatever magical and mundane means we possess. The tower must not fall. Two scrolls, and we have a papyrus, and we have 700 worth of loot. Now there's a total of 23 gems that we have to get from inside the theater location. We'll save it there. They are worth 345 total, all those, so we should have 1,045 when we're done. Are safe in the corners here, I believe. Not 100%, but I think so. We have a real save anyway. Now he saw me. Oh yeah, there's one over here too. Let's see if we're safe. Yep. Oh, I accidentally jumped there. Two more, and then we have to head out through the northern entrance. Okay, we should be able to do that. There we go. Good. Okay, let me check my map here. Yes. Should now just go this way. So now we're finally gonna head towards the arena. And there shouldn't be any patrolling enemies here. 3 fire arrows in this house. Two water arrows on the roof of this house. And 4 more water arrows on that side. Along the wall there. Okay, so this is the arena then. So in the theater there is quite a bit of loot. Let's leave that here. No patrollers though, at least not where we need to go. Over here is a tiara. In this room there are 3 artifacts. And that's it. Or 2 artifacts in a jar, I guess there is. And then we gotta go to a room in the south here. Get a rug. Worth 150, and then 3 artifacts. We're supposed to have 14, 15 after that, yes. 1 more room here with 3 more artifacts. And then there is a little hidden passageway to a room downstairs. With 3 strange artifact jars. And another rug. And a chest with a ring in it. 1735, yeah, that's right. That's all from this floor. The scroll that we're going to read, From Secretary of Protocol Weitan, or Weitan, to Keeper of the Keys Fuquan. It is spoken that Vat Toran has closed the Colosseum for reasons other than piety. In a year and a day of mourning, Toran may devise a way to make money from the building. As cheering crowds were to his father, is the clink of coins to Toran. To enter the key with Vat Tarak is genius. None will touch it. Yet, should it serve, it can be lost to grave robbers. Our new master is wily. This humble servant fears for Karath-Din. So, to enter the key, I guess means to leave the key in the grave of Vat Tarak, which was the previous, but now late, as of the writing of this, emperor. And I do believe that the key they're talking about is the lever that extends the bridge that leads to the tower. And that lever we could have taken down in the Emperor's tomb. I believe that's what it's referring to. So we are going to circumvent that whole bridge for reasons that I'll explain in not too long. Drop this back, head back upstairs, give it a save. Let's see, let's grab our crate again. There. Down here is where you can use that lever then if you take it to extend the bridge. There are two mages down here. The only thing worthwhile picking up, which we can't get without busting Supreme, because you get a first alert there, is in this room there is a healing potion, a gas arrow, and a fire arrow. That's it. Nothing else down here except for, like I said, the area you can use the lever. Now here is a stationary mage. And as you can see, he is looking straight out over the area. We came out right out the exit to the left here. And the intended way is to jump across or to walk across the bridge right here. But this mage will give a first alert if we jump.
Fire
And he will obviously catch us if we walk across.
Water flows.
So instead, we need to do something else in order to get to the tower. That is the intended way, though.
I shall build desires from the winds, feel the countless waters, see the vast earth.
Let's see. So we need to go in here. Here's another mask, the third and last one. That would be worth money if we had bought the commission. Instead, there are two artifacts here and a rug. And then in the southwest room, there are two more artifacts. And a tiara. Total 2,090. That's what we should have when we are done with the Colosseum. Now, here. This is where you can return from the tower and drop down here. So you don't have to jump across that gap over by the lava. But since we can't use that bridge extension area, then we have to instead make a little stack here. And that's why we have this crate and 1 papyrus and 2 scrolls. Let me make a save. You can do it with 1 crate, a papyrus, and 1 scroll in New Dark. But it's easier and safer this way. Let's see. There. Now we got to be able to grab those things again from the outside, because we're not going to leave by coming back this way. So I'm hoping that I did this right now. 1, 2, 3, and the crate. Perfect. If you place it close to that leaning rock, then you should be able to get it from the outside. Awesome. Then this is onwards to the tower. So here you can see is that mage. So there's no way with lit up lava there that we could get past him without a first alert. That's just not possible. Okay. More abandoned buildings. So see, now we're on our way down south. Or actually, north. I believe so, at least. Yeah, this is heading north. Shouldn't be anything to worry about here. Instead, I believe there are 4 water arrows here. There's another keeper journal and our second medallion, which should check off the keeper medallions we need to get. There are 2. Let's read the journal. We had just come upon a tall and sturdy tower, and it was agreed upon that we should deposit the talisman there. The staircase to the top floor had collapsed some time ago, which made ascension difficult. Eric had pointed out the ledge circling the tower, suggesting that one of us place the talisman out there. I laughed at his comment uncaringly. This disturbs me. Tomorrow we shall head back the other way, or the way we came. I cannot keep myself from wondering why the burning elementals stood at bay as we passed. Will they still, now that we no longer carry the Talisman of Fire? I'm guessing not. Here are 3 rope arrows, by the way, so hinting to the fact that we should maybe need rope arrows. Okay, another collapsed building, and we're going to pass here. You can hear some elementals.
Creepy.
A little bit difficult to get into this room here. There's 2 silver nuggets, total 2190. And then there should be a diamond as well. I believe. Let's see him. I think there is a diamond here somewhere. Up there it is. Okay. There's no way we can get up there. So we have to then... Oh yeah, we have to rope arrow up here. Two fire arrows, but what we want is the diamond, total 2240. And there's only 2 more pieces of loot, and that's in the tower. there are some fire elementals, I do believe, around the tower, but not as many as there are once we've taken.
So this is the law.
Okay. I want to wait for that guy to leave.
So this is the lost city. It's not lost no more.
We're going to leave actually through that opening. We can jump across there. Leave our crate there. Head up. Up here is a rug and a gold goblet. Total 2415. That's max loot because we have skipped 430, so that's 2845. That is the maximum if you don't buy the commission. Here's another scroll. Fire rains upon us from the sky. At the temple of Lahotep, 4 hallowed geldings were offered to appease the acrimonious earth. The sanguine overture has done nothing to pacify her. So that's why I think this is the temple of Lahotep, because the sort of the earth god, I guess, is protecting a building here of some sort. But we can't get to this area. Notice that the stairs are broken here, so we are going to have to go out. Well, I wonder... No, probably not. I think it's possible to jump in New Dark because of New Mantle.
It's a long way down.
So I know there's a substantial amount of fire elementals that actually spawn once we take the talisman. So it's going to be more difficult for us to leave here. Here we go. Talisman of Fire. So then we have that objective as well. Now, really all we have to do is return the scrolls and the papyrus we took, return the crate, or that we can't return. We're going to carry that with us as we leave. But we have to dodge all the fire elementals going back. That can be a little bit tough, actually. I know it's dark here in the opening. What I like to do is, so now you saw me. What I like to do is actually head over to that wall right there at an angle. But we have to find a gap in their patrols here. I think all the elementals travel all the way around the tower. So we just have to find... Oh. Luckily, I have learned to hear the alert level. Fortunately, the sound disappears, sort of. For some of them. Yeah, clearly we were spotted there. Yeah. are dark over here. Is that better for us to be here? I'm not sure if it is, but we can try that. Like I said, we need to exit through that hole in the mountain there, which gets us back pretty much close to the market area. Oh. Didn't know he was coming back this way. Let me see. Okay, Okay, they are not alerted. I can hear that, so they did not see us. That's good. We can go pretty close to the edge here without lighting up. I think we're pretty much dark here now. Yeah, you see the instant we light up. They catch us. Let's see, we gotta wait for a break in the patrol. Yeah, he saw me. To be honest with you, I think it's impossible to do it right now with those two patrollers coming back here. So these two guys, I think, go all the way to the end and then they go back, right? Or something like that. Oh, and then that guy comes. I need to wait a little bit more. I can't be sure that I've gotten caught here. And then the other guy comes. Yeah, no. Extremely tough to find a gap in the patrols. Ugh. Oh, wow. They saw me. By the time we are done waiting here, we probably would have been better off just going back the same way we came here, to be honest with you. It's just that there are other fire elementals that have spawned back the way we came. So this is the last little hiccup. If that guy now just can go back behind there, please. We might have an opening here. Once those guys leave, we should be able to. Yeah. Oh, no. Now he comes, okay. Let's save it there. Then we see. That didn't work. That didn't work at all. The problem is I don't know if they're set patrols or what. Okay, now he went back. That's good. My goodness, this was not nearly as difficult last time. Not nearly. Yeah. No, we just have to wait here. We can't have an alert here. No way. No way. When this guy turns now, I'm gonna give it a real save. There. And then we can experiment a little bit and see. Can this guy please go back now? No. Now I'm gonna just try until they switch directions here. Are they... I don't know. See, that's the problem. I don't know if they're random or it's like they have to go a certain way. Now those guys are coming back. Oh my goodness. Those two are synchronized at least. That's good. If you guys can just please follow the same path, and if you can go back behind the building there. No, I want you guys to be on the same path. There. This is our chance. Let's just see here. Yeah, they're both going that direction. Yeah, if I can make that jump here now. Okay, there he saw me. There's no way they could see that. If I No, I'm good. If I do that, I'm fine. They're not seeing me there. They didn't see me there. Okay. So now we are coming out pretty much right at the market. Picked up Pyrus. There are a couple of more that have spawned over here. We can actually go this way. Get in behind them, because we got to drop off the 2 scrolls. So I can actually take the safe path around, rather to do. I think that would be better. Took a little bit there with those elementals. That's one of the reasons why I can't stand them, is they're so... I don't know, they're so unpredictable, difficult to maneuver around. And not difficult in a fun, challenging way, just in a tedious, annoying way. Okay, so this was not the speech. This was the... yeah, that was this scroll right here that was in this room. No. We gotta take the other way around. And this was the speech, yeah. Okay, so we just need to get out there, but should we just take the safe route? I don't want to deal with those elementals anymore. Sorry. Yeah, so this has been a nice run. Yeah, sort of a middle of the park kind of mission. Oh no, we can't. Can we? We can't get up there, sorry. Forgot about that. But yeah, an okay mission. Average. I do enjoy it, but I'm happy when I'm done with it, kind of thing, which isn't a good sign. Is that the guy that comes in here? Of course it is. Then we can go around it, maybe. I don't think that's the guy that, or the one that comes this way. There. Now we basically just have to leave. Follow them and hear if... No, he saw me. Oh, sorry. I just want to wait to see if they actually saw me jump in here. I don't think they did. No, they didn't. Good. Then we're almost home free. There is another fire elemental, I know. I think so, at least. Over here. We have to dodge him while dodging the Burrick. Now we have to sneak back past the spiders, but as soon as we do, or within a short time after that, the mission will end. So we won't be able to place the crate back, but that's okay. Let's see. There. Yeah. He's coming this way. Good. There we are. Don't want to bust on the last possible hiccup here. Oh, ay, ay, ay. The Dark Engine has a sense of irony after all, doesn't it? I got a slight speed enhancement because I got tugged on the edge of that little outcropping, and then when it let go of me, go. Great. So, total time 1 hour, 21 minutes, 49 seconds. Found 2415 loot out of 2845. We had to skip 430 loot. And the loot that we skipped for Supreme was a goblet, a diamond, and a necklace worth 1550 and 175 respectively in the library. That you have to skip in New Dark even for Ghosts, but in Old Dark it's possible to get for Ghost. We also had to skip a rug and 2 artifacts in the Emperor's Tomb. There were 2 mages in one of the burial chambers there that you can't get to that because of the patrolling mage nearby. So that was worth a total of 190. So that's 430 total. Locks picked 0, backstab 0, knockout 0, damage dealt 0, damage taken 0, healing taken 0, instant killed none, and others killed 0. Campaign totals, time so far 11 hours, 5 minutes, 16 seconds. Loot so far 20,621, and total damage dealt is still just the 28 from the training dummy. So, a pretty good mission. We did not Supreme Ghost that mission. We did Ghost it. We took, I guess, 3 busts for Supreme. First, we got a first alert from one of the spiders in the cave by the waterfall. That I've been able to avoid in Old Dark. But the inevitable one is we had to use an engine exploit to push 2 of the spiders down the slope in order to pass them. Even for regular Ghost, that's something you have to do, but it's allowed for that mode. And then I guess not returning the crate at the end of the mission might be a bust, but not really because you're on your way out. So if we could go all the way back up to the streets, we of course would have replaced it. So I will give the mission a, let's say, 74%. It is not among the worst of the game, but not very memorable either. It's not one that I'm looking forward to a lot to playing, but I enjoy it. But I would never like go back and replay it again right away, right now, which I could for some of the better missions. So it doesn't really pique my interest a whole lot, but it is okay. The pros about it is that it's very different. There's no other mission in Thief Gold like it. You get a little bit of insight into the precursors and the mystery surrounding the cataclysm, or the catastrophe, whatever it is that caused the volcanic eruptions and the earthquakes surrounding maybe the death of Tarak. A couple of different enemies here. Fire elementals I don't really like too much, but the mages I do like. So I do like the fact that they added those in Thief Gold. But I do like missions with more human enemies, more modern day settings. So, but all in all, an okay mission. The next mission, Song of the Caverns, I think is the best of the 3 added Thief Gold missions, and for me it's in the top 3 of the entire game. I think it comes in 3rd for me. So I'm so much looking forward to that, and I haven't played that for years and years. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like with the HD mods, and there are a couple of spots there that I'm wondering if I can improve on from my previous run, so we'll see. But for now, we're going to make a save, stop it there, and I will see you guys back next time. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.